to JSB6803 Productions. Today we're going to be working in the home handyman area. You can see we've got a lot of stuff to install here. I got my helper Allie, helper Sean, BJ's behind the camera, well he was, and they just disappeared. So we're going to be dealing with the dishwasher install today. We're going to unbox it, see what comes in the box, and then we're going to do, we're going to pull the old one out, and we'll figure out what we need to do for that, and then we'll get this one installed as well. So stick around and we'll get to it. All right, here we go. We're going to open up the dishwasher here. Do a little unbox real quick. Nothing horribly obvious. I thought that maybe we had to do something on the bottom and lift this top off. Doesn't appear to be obvious. Go out, good job. A couple little wood cardboard protection pieces. That's insulation, do not include. That's sound deadening insulation. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll cut down the seams here and open this puppy right up.
Check on.
I see what it says. On the bottom it says cutting around.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm sure fully. All right, so that makes that a little bit easier. Down the back side, don't. That's insulation. Okay, take the little cord protector pieces off. The front's fully wrapped in plastic. We'll pivot it for you. There you go. Fully wrapped there. Nothing there, Sean? Anything inside the box? Like anything stuck to the walls or anything?
I didn't see anything.
Okay. All right. Now I don't see anything underneath that. So odds are everything's inside. Take a quick peek. I say that. There we go. All right. And inside, got a drain hose. Your energy guide. Looks like a registration. Mail-in card. I'm guessing you can do that online too. Yeah, easy registration with your phone. That's cool. Looks like you can scan something. That's sweet. That'll make things real nice. You've got a couple items in a bag here. Looks like the brackets that you screw up to your countertop. Hose clamps. Screws for those brackets. You've got instruction manual, installation, and a warranty certificate in there. And then there was something in this top. Looks like a sample Cascade Platinum. There you go. Cascade Platinum and sample rinse agent. So it's just some samples. So, looks like there's no water supply line. So no water supply line. I do have one on the old one. Again, a lot of times water supply lines they recommend you replace. That dishwasher is only a couple years old, so I'm not going to, I'll just use that provided it hooks up. So I assume it will, but we'll find that out when we do the uninstallation. Certainly several things that have to come off in here to be able to use things. You've got some protective tape here. You've got a lot of styrofoam. So definitely read carefully through the installation manual and make sure we get all that taken care of. Looks pretty straightforward up to this point. There you go. close that back up. But it was well packaged. The cardboard corners, that wasn't going anywhere, so no damage. Looks great. So all right, we'll move on to taking out the other part. Okay, so we're underneath the sink here, and I just really wanted to point out one thing. You can see in the back, running from the lower corner down here all the way up here to our disposal is the drain. You don't see the water supply line in here. Often you will. So sometimes if you're doing this, you may want to look in here for your water supply, because you're going to want to shut it off before you pull everything out. Ours, I believe, is actually back in the back of the pocket where our appliance actually is. So once I take the bottom access panel off, I should be able to see it way back there. And I think I can pull the dishwasher out far enough to then reach back and turn the water supply off. So what we're going to do here is underneath the lip of that counter, once I open that door, let's see if we can do that real quick. You can see up there, sorry for the there and there, you can see one of them doesn't even have a screw in it. But that's where you attach the screw or screw in your dishwasher. So once you get the feet leveled and whatnot, you get that screwed in there and it kind of anchors it in place and gives it stability. So we're going to unscrew those. I'm going to pull off the front panel down here. You like our nice scar? That's from a Segway. So I'm going to pull off the panel down here and we'll see what's down there. All right. Okay, try to do this without shaking the camera. Here's the water supply right here, okay? And it goes down, loops around. It actually connects into a tube, a pipe that comes through the floor and angles up right here, which means that the water shutoff is actually in the basement downstairs. So I'm going to have to be aware of that when because I'm about to put a ceiling up there, and I'll need to make sure I just put some screws up in that area so I can get that panel down without too much hassle. Won't be a big deal. I just need to be aware of it when I'm down there. So what I'll be doing in a minute is going down and shutting that water off, and then that'll allow me, I'm sorry I keep moving the camera, that'll allow me to disconnect that. And you can also see that the drain, oh boy, the drain is here too. So that's the drain. We'll disconnect it at both ends, and we'll probably replace that piece completely, because sometimes you can get some buildup in there. So we'll do that. And it looks like actually what I just pointed to is part of the actual washing machine. It's this piece over here where you see the green band and the black hose. That's the part that connects over to the disposal. So that's the one I want to disconnect. This is just some flex to be able to stretch different ways, but it actually stays with the washing machine. So what I've got to do to get this out is, you can see, trying to move this somewhat slowly, right over here, I've got it. Now I need that light back where it was. Okay, right here, in here, you can see is a hex head. So I got to put a ratchet up through here and lift this foot up effectively, which is actually dropping the machine down. And we'll get that to go down, and that'll come out a lot easier. I won't have to fight with it. It'll give me clearance above the machine to pull it out. And then there's going to be some moisture, some water. So you always want to have a towel handy to do all this. Obviously, there's a lot of junk under here, dust, debris, food debris, whatnot, that gets, knocked under there. So you got to be aware of that too, and you're going to want to clean the area before you put the next one in. So, all right, we're going to move on. I'm going to take that out, and if I run into anything, I'll stop and film that. But otherwise, that's pretty much all I'm going to show for the removal. All right, so what we got here, we've got the old one taken out. So I just push this end of the drain tube that came with it into the rubber portion of what's on the washing machine or dishwasher. Now I put this green clamp on first, moved it up a ways out of the way so I could push this in. What we'll do is pinch this green clamp and then we'll slide it out so it pinches right here. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. All right, so the next job is the other end of that drain hose. We want to put this clamp on the hose and then it'll connect up there onto that that portion of the disposal. So you want to get the clamp on beyond, you know, kind of over that fat part, and then once you get the hose pushed on that area up there, then you'll move the clamp back on, it'll pinch it and give you a watertight seal. Alright, so that's our next step. Okay, so we did not disconnect that end of the water line. It's still there. We didn't need to because I still get to use a 90-degree water connection on the bottom of this unit. So we just left that end connected. What we're going to do is coil this around back there and then bring it forward. Yeah, kind of like that. And then we'll bring it forward and we'll push this in over top of the line. And then that will be positioned nicely for being able to attach it pretty easily. Then the only remaining thing is the wiring harness, which is down there. And that, again, we want to keep that kind of under the machine as we go. Now there is one other thing we need to do here. I need to measure because there's an adjustment based on the height to the bottom of the counter to the floor. It gives you a height that you have to adjust the front. You can see it right down there. It gives you like the pre-adjusted height. So that'll work out well for us. So I'm going to get that done right now, and then I'm going to twist the water line underneath there, and we'll give you one more look underneath the machine right before we connect everything, but it's pretty straightforward at that point. Alright, Sean's adjusting the wheel down there right now. The back wheel has to be adjusted as well, and it shows you the different slots it can be. So effectively you got to measure the hole that your dishwasher's going in, and based on that it gives you a height and a location of those rear wheels. So the bolt, it's a simple bolt that goes through the middle of the wheel that puts in its proper location. So that's it's pretty easy to see that diagram. This is also typically done when it's laying on its back. We just didn't do that right now, and we're already hooked up to the drain, so we're not going to do that step. Alright, here we go. Here's the electrical box. Kind of goes in here, bolts into there. This is the cover for it. Both are attached to this bolt right over to here. I already pulled the wire through. I'm going to put the ground on here, and then white to white, black to black. Then we'll bolt it into place, we'll cover it up, and we'll turn the power on. Now what you also missed, and I don't know if it's going to stay in focus, but this is where I connected the water. The line's coiled up under there. The drain's all back there as well. And we're pretty well pretty good in position. I've got to push this side a little bit, but I'll get it in the final position once I connect the electrical here. So, all right, so there's pretty much the finished product. Right under here are the two tabs that you do have to screw in. I kind of skipped that step, but they screw in up underneath the counter surface. That's my regular finger. I'm not flipping anything off. You screw them up there, and now I did adjust the level of the feet to what the book said, but I have to say when I got it installed I had to adjust them quite a bit higher. So I don't really know what that's all about, but so be it. No big deal. And then I use those also to adjust the front door left to right, you know, up, you know, tilting this way and tilting it that way. So you use these little levelers down here to do that. You'll create some gap here or gap here if you need it. So we were able to accomplish that. It said to install this flush with the cabinet doors. It's pretty darn close. It's probably within easily within a 1/4 inch, maybe within 1/8 of an inch, and so I'm pretty happy with it. Not a hard install, but and right now it's running, and you probably can't hear it. It's really quiet. So don't forget when you do turn the electricity on to turn the water back on. I forgot to do that earlier. No big deal, doesn't hurt it, but I got it on now, and it's very quiet. It's a nice unit. It's a Kitchenaid unit. I think it was about $790 at Lowe's, somewhere around there. So good little unit. All right, we'll wrap it up next. Okay, so that was the unboxing and install, unboxing, removal, and install of the new dishwasher. It seemed to be a pretty easy job. Oh wait, it's still there. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section. We'll answer what we can. As always, we encourage you to hit like and also subscribe to our channel. And I guess that's probably it. Anybody else got anything?
Smash that like button, folks.
When you hit a subscribe button, you gotta click the little bell next to it.
Oh,
Every single-
notification, yeah.
Hey.
You want to get notified when we post something new.
Smash the bell.
Smash the bell, yo.
We're gonna challenge you. Can you subscribe in 5 seconds? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, see, there you go. Our cameraman kind of slipped, bumped his head on the camera.
No, I didn't.
So, that's all there is to it. Until next time, thanks for watching.